And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a.
You caught me, guys. Welcome. Hey. Yay. So you made it on. Cool. So welcome to Waifu Views, your soon-to-be favorite female-led podcast, giving you all your fandom needs with a side of waifu. I'm Ebony Moonbeam, and as always, I'm here with
a Shar of Honey Shar.
Aisha Morgan, as always.
Hey, ladies. How's everyone today?
Good.
Fabulous.
Good. Okay, so before we get into anything, you guys already know how this goes. You have to, well, you don't have to, but please like, share, subscribe, follow to all the Blurred Cartel streaming platforms, which is, of course, Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch. Also, you can find us on YouTube at Blurred Official and on the official website at blurred.com. You can also follow all of our personal pages, and we'll give you all that information closer to the end of the show. So now that we've gotten all of the hoopla out the way, all the paperwork, let's get into the anime of the week. So the anime of the week was Darwin's Game, and it debuted winter of 2020 with 11 episodes. It's by Studio Nexus. It has a runtime of 23 minutes, aside from the first episode, which is 47 minutes, depending on what platform you watch. Some break it up into 2 episodes. Some do the one full episode. So you can find it on all major anime streaming sites, like as well as Netflix. So you can find it on Funimation, Crunchyroll, any of your dark websites that you guys use, because I pay for my subscriptions because I don't need viruses on my computer because I don't know how to fix that. So yeah. But so it was a really cool show. The story follows a high school student named Kaname Sudo, who receives an invite from a friend to play a mysterious mobile video game called Darwin's Game. Thinking that this is your typical mobile battle game, he starts his first match only to be attacked by someone in a panda mascot suit, which is ironic. Shortly after, Kaname puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that Darwin's Game is no ordinary game, but rather a brutal fight for survival. So I actually watched this when it came out in 2020. And so I'm glad that we chose it because I've been meaning to rewatch it again. It's been popping up on my streaming sites. Mm-hmm. So how do we feel about Darwin's Game as a whole? Do we like it? Do we not like it? What really stood out to you? Oh, it's an upgrade, right, from last week?
Oh my God, such an upgrade from last week.
Yeah.
I love that.
I enjoyed it. I really do like survival game animes, like Alice in Borderland and stuff like that, and High Rise Invasion. I like the whole premise of like survival games. I think this one was like one of the better ones I've seen. I like the main character more than like most most main characters. I really did like him. Even the side characters. I actually the whole group of characters was actually like very well rounded. So I can't even like have complaints about that. But I feel like the main character, when I don't know if we're giving spoilers, but when the person who died and he had his Eren Yeager arc, I was like, that just gave me like a little something. Like, I love that part.
The character development, like
it was just a switch. It was like he was like, "Oh, I don't want to hurt nobody," to "I'm hurting everybody," and that was fire. So I really did enjoy that. All in all, I think it was one of my favorite, like in that genre. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was leagues and bounds above last the last anime we watched. Leagues and bounds. So I enjoyed
Yeah.
it very much.
You have
Oh,
anything?
yes, I would have to agree with Sean, especially after last week. This was so refreshing. Like, okay, I got through the first episode, but I will say I got hooked. I didn't want it to end. And like she was saying, when he was in his good guy era and then that switch, oh, oh, like she knows how I feel because that was something. It was amazing just to watch it happen
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you're watching it and it's like, no, no, oh yeah, it's happening. Like, yes.
Yep.
Oh, I loved it. I would definitely rate that higher than the anime that shall not be named.
Yeah. If you're wondering what anime we're talking about, I am gonna mention it. I'm gonna name drop it really quickly. It's called Uncle from Another World, and it was on Netflix as well. We actually reviewed it last week, so if you have not checked it out, it is on the Blurred Cartel pages. So go check it out, so you can know why this is so much different. Like this is so much better. This anime is really good overall. It like the pros, good storyline, interesting characters. The sigils are really cool. So let me
Yes.
give you a backstory. The sigils are abilities that all players are granted when they start the game. All of these powers include everything from telekinesis, metamorphosis, mind control, sense expansion, all of the above. So there's a lot of versatility and room for the expansion of the series just
Mm.
based off of that. When I started watching anime again in college, because I took a break from anime basically all through high school, I developed a type and I went into being a crazy fan of dark anime. So, dark anime, horror anime, things with gore. So, I'm a huge Tokyo Ghoul fan. I'm a lover of Attack on Titan. I like it dark and the bloodier the better because I'm already a horror fan. And this
Right.
really, so I really love the brutality of this show. Like you look at the poster that we posted of Darwin's Game, you see this cutesy little girl with like pigtails and a frilly red dress, and this guy looks like he's never been laid a day in his life and stuff. And then so it's like, okay, this is gonna be one way, and then you get the brutality, you get the true pure chaos of this show. It is beautiful chaos though. Like it's not where you can easily get distracted. Just like you said, it pulls you in and you can't really do anything but keep watching it. Um, I know that it's not, and just to give everybody a heads up, it's not dark and brutal like Tokyo Ghoul and stuff like that, to where it can deter some people from watching the show because some people just don't do gore and don't do all of that stuff. I think it's a lot tamer, but it gives
It's
people that look for
just
that
enough.
stuff just enough to where it doesn't feel like your typical shonen.
Right.
Uh, there was a couple of different things that we deal with in the real world, and that's why I also enjoyed this show. It really makes you look at your own moral compass. Honestly, it shows us how desperation, financial hardship, um, can change a person. How the curiosity can really kill a cat.
Mm.
Because if it wasn't for him just being nosy and wanting to figure out what this game was about, he would have been perfectly fine. When his friend said, "Don't play that game," and he's like, "Huh?" Click. Why? Like, come on. That's what you get. Like, that's what you get. I'm a strong believer of like, you should have just minded your business. You should have took your friend's advice. Period. You
Oh,
should have just took your friend's advice. But I like that you said that it was one of your favorite battle survival games because I agree. And it seems like at least ranker.com agrees as well. They actually have Darwin's Game at number 1, and that's a huge deal because they have Future Diary on there, which we also have the picture of that poster. Um, which is crazy. It's one of the best ones. Junie Tyson, which is known as Zodiac War. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you've seen one of the main characters, which is a sadistic looking man in a bunny suit and heels. And so if you've seen that, that's one of those shows where it's full fledged, like it's a pure D death game. And but the way that they do it and with this main character, just like you said, he is so straight laced and morally sound, and I shall not kill, and all of this stuff. And when he snaps, that's greatness because I feel like that is true humanity. You
Did
can some
anybody
people will
else
snap instantly, and other
get that
people
vibe
mhm,
of a movie, of a certain movie, when he finally snapped?
that could be anything. You got to give
Because
me
I
another hint.
immediately went to 7.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh wow, you're right. I did not think about that. That is actually a good description of how he kind of snaps. And then you realize that he's really a lot better at this stuff than you expect him to be. Like even though he refuses to kill basically for basically the whole damn episode, the whole damn season, he manages to stay alive and as a new player becomes a top contender, someone that either people want to clan up with or people want to take out. So I think that's a testament to who he is. That's why I really wish that I hate that this came out when it did. I hate that it came out in winter of 2020 because I feel like a lot of people have not seen this anime. Like this anime is actually on Crunchyroll now, and I was looking at the reviews, and it barely has any reviews, even though it's been on there for a while. And I think it just kind of slipped under the radar for some people because that was during the pandemic and the height of the pandemic at that. And we had a lot of anime that looked like they had a lot of potential before it even released and they got canceled or they postponed them by a lot. Shows that had a good first season that we expected to have continuous seasons, they were like, nah, people are tired. We don't know when the pandemic's going to end. And then they were just completely scrapped. And I think that's kind of what happened here. I have heard nothing about a season 2 for Darwin's Game. I went in a deep dive on the internet looking for it, and I still have no idea if we're gonna get it
Gonna
back.
be another Dead Man's Wonderland for me.
And that is horrible. That's horrible. Oh, hey, oh, that's one of my friends.
Hey, Brandon.
I actually had on here. Oh, I gave you a lot of the pros. My only con is that girl's outfit. The main girl's outfit irks my nerves because why is it so nobody thinks it's weird that like because we see it and she's walking around town doing shopping. This is not like everybody dresses like this kind of thing. Everybody else dresses like a normal person, but this girl. And I do mean everyone. Everyone that's battling, everyone that's fighting, everyone looks normal but her.
Minus the mascot.
Oh, yeah, minus the mascot. And that was a wrap. I'm so happy that that panda mascot was insane. But you find out within like the first 5 minutes of the show, the thing is going to be crazy. Like the minute, actually not even 5 minutes, literally like the first 30 seconds is a death scene.
Yep.
So prepare yourselves, people.
But can we say, even with the way she dresses, she's a badass character.
Fire.
She's a badass character.
Definitely waifu material.
Yeah. Because
definitely she's fire. She's actually one of my favorite chain users. Like you do not see that a lot, and she did it.
Wait, Char, you gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, I think
you can hear me. When she pulled out the strings, though, And
Yes, the
that was
versatility of it all.
I love that. I didn't know she was like a user of anything that's wire like. So that was
Yes.
awesome.
Nobody did until she explained it. I was like,
Yeah.
because I
And
thought I
she's
was
got her
tripping. I thought
record.
maybe she had drugged him because sometimes she puts like poison or paralytics like on the end of her thing. So I thought she had drugged him or whatever. And so maybe we weren't like he was thinking all of this was happening, but it wasn't really happening. But that was insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. That whole episode, that last episode really did
It had
its
everything.
thing.
Yes.
I loved it. Oh
That
my
sold it for
gosh.
me.
I can't say that even though we don't know if we're gonna get a season two, it did a really good job at explaining a whole lot in how many episodes it was. It was only what did we say? It was like 11 episodes,
Yeah.
11 or 12 episodes, and they got through a lot of information. But I still feel like they have so much room because we've only tapped into majority like one portion of these people that are in Darwin game. We haven't got into any of the higher ranked players. Like you have to remember all of these people that we're really dealing with are like D ranked players.
When
But the girl is like the highest player. But you see at the end when he calls old boy, he's like, that's what I need from my best rank, my best A rank or S rank player. And I was like, who are
That's
you?
what I want to see, how
yeah.
that plays out.
Yeah, I want to know who that is.
Yeah.
There's so much to do with like the game master and everything. Yeah,
I will admit that I did read some of the manga, so I do know like little
I do
things
too.
that are like coming up, but
Mm.
I do hope there's a season 2 because I do want to know what happens like with the florist with his daughter. I feel like she's gonna like enter into it more. Like I
Oh,
haven't read about it that much, but I want to see what she does than what her if she enters the game or not.
ooh,
Because
that
Mm,
ooh.
fire.
For
it
him to
would be
do what
really
he
good
did and then
though.
for her to enter the game, that would be something else.
But she could
Yeah.
do it as like revenge for her father. I just feel like it might be a good story, you know?
Oh,
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. You know, I'm glad that we chose this anime for this week because we the boys over at the round table this week did remake or remastered. So where you would choose different anime to be remade or remastered, and that I just wanted to piggyback on that and go into anime that should be continued. So this is like anime that never got finished, or anime that just needs like there's so much more in the manga, but the anime stopped for whatever reason, or like you felt the ending didn't really feel like an ending. Like, are there any anime that you feel deserve a continuation?
Any anime?
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's ended or is on hiatus. Like for me, obviously Hunter x Hunter. It needs a
mm,
continuation. It's not
Yeah.
done. Let's keep it moving. Same thing with Dead Man Wonderland. If I actually read up on why Dead Man Wonderland ended the way it did, and why someone said High School of the Dead needs a season 2. I agree. I totally agree with that. That's a great one. That was a great season, and if you can get past the fan service, the show is awesome, in my opinion. But I digress. When it gets to a Dead Man Wonderland, what happened was the studio that owned the rights went bankrupt. And
oh,
then because of it, they own the rights and they never sold the rights to anyone else. So it couldn't be made. So when they went out of business, they still have the rights for it or whatever. I don't know what happened to the person because I read this forever ago because I am constantly bothered by not getting more of Dead Man Wonderland.
that cliffhanger
So
pissed me off.
yeah. So that was definitely one of them for me. I also feel like Soul Eater,
Oh yeah.
people, I do not feel like Soul Eater needs to be remade. I feel like what they should do, especially because Fire Force is out right now and is doing numbers. I feel like, and now we know the connection to Fire Force and Soul Eater, that Fire Force is a prequel to Soul Eater. I
Mhm.
feel like once they finish Fire Force, they should basically do like a quick remaster treatment like Naruto did for their 25th anniversary, and then or even condense like the season and stuff into like a little mini movie for anyone that hasn't already seen it and doesn't want to rewatch it, and then just continue the story on, because Soul Eater has so much in it. I am tripping out that Soul Eater hasn't come back by now, especially with
Mm.
all these anime that have been getting remakes recently or
Yeah.
getting like rebooted. I don't, that one bothers me a lot.
And shows that never deserve to be shows.
Oh, well, let's hear those. I'm interested to hear what yours are.
I have one main one.
I'm
Um,
listening.
so being a Naruto fan,
Okay.
I watched it all. I watched from beginning to end every single episode. I've even seen
Why do I
the
feel like
movies.
I know what you're about to say?
If
Continue.
you already know where I'm going with this.
No, just go on
I
and say it.
can't do Boruto. I can't. I've
Oh, that's
tried.
fine.
I have
That's fine.
tried so hard. I legitimately tried to give it a chance.
Mm.
No, that was something that could have just, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't think I gave Boruto more than like 13 episodes, if that.
Oh, I tried to
I know
push
I
it
didn't give it
like
like a whole season
Yeah.
worth of stuff. Boruto goaded, no
that. Oof.
Sariba. Who said that?
Yeah,
Shame
no,
on you.
no,
There's, but I
definitely.
do hear constantly that the manga is so much better, first off. And I hear that the manga where it is right now is very, very good. That's what I've
Mm.
heard.
Hmm.
But it don't nobody care unless you're a manga reader. And we talked about this as well on last week's episode. We are iffy manga readers. We pick things, we pick it up sometimes and we put it on the shelf and we're like, we'll come back to that. We'll get back to it. So I don't know. I just thought that was a little when I watched it, it had me thinking. I was like, what shows would I want to see? You want to know a show that I is there a show that I feel like I didn't want made? Shar, do you have one? Let me think. Is there a show that I
I
wish
can't think of one.
I'm sure there is a show, and it's probably like,
I'll
mm,
say this. I won't say it didn't need to be created, but it scarred me. Goblin Slayer.
uh, I probably watched 2 episodes of Goblin Slayer, not because I didn't like it or it was too dark. I just, when I tried watching, I think there was other things that interested me more, and I never got back to it.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
that was
I know
another
there's
one for me.
some gruesome stuff up in that one.
It starts off
So
that way. Jesus.
it starts out that way. So it's not gruesome.
The not necessarily gruesome, but it has its shock value. We'll put
Mm.
it
Okay.
like that.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I always say it's on my watch list to go back to, but there's a lot of those on my anime list. I guarantee there's I think the last time I looked at it said that there was 100 episodes 100 shows that I was watching that I hadn't finished. But I know that it's less. I just haven't gone in and updated
Mm.
it and said that I finished it.
Okay.
But I could think of about probably a good 30 shows that I started. I can't, I don't know if I can ever start Gintama again. Like I just don't understand why it is so slow. And then what I hear is like the tone of the show for like the first 2 seasons or whatever is not really the rest of the tone of the show. So you kind of have to get through that, which is a bunch of like comedy foolishness to get to like the real swords play and the deeper story. And I'm
A whole
like,
2 seasons?
of
That's a
something that you don't
commitment.
typically watch. Like I can understand with One Piece because at least with One Piece, majority of it is you not being used to the pacing and mainly the animation in the beginning. It's not that it's not getting anywhere, it's just kind
It
of
was
blah.
rough.
But you're telling me that I have to watch 2 seasons or like a season or two of slapstick comedy, stuff that I already don't watch in anime. And then just to get to the stuff where they got all the cool fights, and these really cool characters for you to completely switch up and then the tone's different. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's like me
Mhm.
telling y'all I'm like I give y'all Hello Kitty vibes on the front, and then I take my shirt off, and then it's like nothing but Hisoka, and you're like, that's different. Did not expect that. That's what they would, and then you're supposed to like me after that. No, that's not
Yeah.
how that works.
Mm-mm.
At least not for me. That is not how it works.
I don't have that kind of dedication. Sorry.
The only thing I have dedication. No, no, I don't have the
No.
dedication. I was gonna make that fun and move into like our next topic, and then I was like, no, I'm not even gonna put the two together. But things that I do really that I will go ham for is not pushing through shows that just don't work for me. It is ta-da-ta, anime merch.
Merch.
Merch. Anime merch. Everybody got on their anime merch today?
I'm
A
not
little
wearing it.
bit,
I have
little
it right
bit.
here though.
Oh, you got a little bit on. Okay, so the anime merch is definitely a guilty pleasure for me. Uh Besides anime is a guilty pleasure for me. I watch it. I binge when I can and all of that fun stuff. But
Oh yeah.
when it comes to anime merch, I will spend all of my money and I am ashamed, but then I'm not ashamed because it's something that I love.
If I had more money, I
It's
would
something
have
that I
more
love.
merch.
Like, people in the fandom collect some of the craziest things. Like some things that are cool and then some things that are just kind of flat out weird to other people. But merch, it's everything. I love that it's the one thing that I really do like about anime becoming more mainstream because we're getting more merch.
Right.
We're getting more t-shirts, we're getting more hats, like we're getting all different types of stuff. Now you can go into Walmart and find anime t-shirts and actually really good ones at
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you can go into Target. Target has a whole section of graphic tees. I actually was in the mall today and walked past Charlotte Russe, which I'm 30 years old. I don't go into Charlotte Russe, and I haven't in forever. But I walked by it and they had like displays of like $10 t-shirts, and they were anime t-shirts. So they had
Mhm.
different anime character stuff. I'm like, in Charlotte Russe? I said, I am shook. I'm here for it, but I'm definitely shook. Um, People collect everything from pops to figurines. What are your favorite things to collect?
Uh, okay. Like on my wall, I got my pops up here. I got my comics and manga right there. I collect plushies. I collect shirts. I make uh bonnets, so I collect them for
That's
myself as
right.
well.
The bonnet.
Which I'm gonna be getting.
I got
Yes.
plushies. I got pillows. I got
Not the Kakashi pillow.
I got Kakashi. I got this from Spy Family. This is Anya's.
Oh,
I got
That's
so many
cute.
plushies of Pokemon. I got at least like 20, like of different sizes. I got onesies. And yeah,
Oh,
I got a lot of stuff. Like I just collect whatever.
oh, I have to up my merch game now.
I go crazy. Yeah. And I'm trying to grow my pop collection. I got like 3 Kakashis up here right now. Of different ones. I don't know what my problem is.
the same
You see,
ones.
there's a theme. I like Kakashi, but yeah. I collect
Yes.
pretty much the same realm of stuff, but just a lot of it.
Yeah. What do you? Oh, I was about to say, where is it? Oh,
Still in the box. I have not set her up yet. I'm scared to
okay.
take her out. So she's still in the box, as much as I love her. And then recently I just picked up a few cute little
Oh,
That's
a
cute.
little Pikachu, a little sailor.
oh, those are
Love
cute.
it. Oh,
And then of course the t-shirts. But oh, I definitely plan on upping the merch.
yeah. So I'm bad. I think we actually have a picture of some of my merch because I had to put it up because it was all over my bed. Yep, that's it. That's some of it. not all of
Love
it. That was
it.
just what I was willing to pull out. And so, as you guys can see, I'm a lover of hats, like right here and there. I collect Funkos. This is actually probably my favorite hat. I have this hat and a navy blue hat that has Gengar on the front, and I don't know why, but those are probably my two favorite hats. And I have Funko. As you can see, I have a Hisoka sweatshirt, which is I got this at a con. I was super excited about it because I'd never seen anything like it. And so I also have his pop, which he's one of my favorite pops because you can see his bungee gum, which is his
Oh,
like
nice.
his wind power. And I love the ones that have that. So like Killua, I have Killua, and he has you can see
Oh. So I love the sweater or the sweatshirt, but I will admit that man gives me the creeps.
Hunter when it comes to the pops. I also went to the mall today to get one thing. I went into Hot Topic to get a new nose ring. And
You
I
left with a
ended
bag
up going
full?
to box lunch. If you guys don't know what box lunch is, um, don't go because you're gonna be broke. Don't go. And
True,
actually
true.
don't go at all because I need the merch. But they're online and stuff. They're really cool. I love this store. I always get a bunch of stuff from them. So I ended up getting Kite today from Hunter x Hunter.
Aw.
So I'm adding to that collection. I also get this really cool as for Naruto lovers. I got this today, which I'm really excited about. It is the Ninja Turtles and Naruto mashup, which I think is
Uh-uh.
so much fun because I am a Ninja Turtle fan. Actually, I love this. So I still own a Nintendo 64 and I play it periodically. I used to invite people over to my place and get drunk and get them drunk and then beat their ass in Mario Kart. But now I'm sober, so I don't do that. But I love Wario. I used to play
Uh,
as him, so I bought a Wario shirt today. So I spent a lot of money. The other night, I actually had to run to the fun store. This is a rolling tray. Can't
nice.
open it because there's stuff in it right now because I already started using it. But I literally bought this last night at
That's
like midnight. So I just buy a lot of stuff. Um, I love socks, even though I don't really wear a lot of socks. These are cute little Hunter x Hunter like fuzzy slippers. I
yeah.
have Tokyo Ghoul socks because, like I said, Tokyo Ghoul is some of my favorite. I tried to stay away from these things for so long, but these backpacks, because I don't need any more bags, but this backpack is everything for
It
me.
is.
And I have an unreal, like, these are just a handful of them. I have an unreal amount of anime masks. I had told myself that when we finally, like, if we ever really stopped wearing masks, because I work at a medical facility, so I still wear masks. But the day when I'm not wearing masks, I'm probably going to just make a collage and frame it because I'm already
Nice.
there. It's a bunch of anime masks. Like I have this one, Curseal, all of that fun stuff. But the real thing that I've started, I try to stay away from Funkos forever. But and there's one other thing that I said I was going to stay away from, but I'm really in love with. So let me grab it really quickly because there's three of them, but I probably only going to show one. This.
Wait a minute.
So as you can tell by the size of the box, you could probably assume what it is, and it is a katana. This is
Hey.
actually Giya Tomioka's Nichiren sword from Demon Slayer, and this one's actually real, so I gotta be like careful.
Nice.
So it has like the symbol on his symbol on it, and it's as you can see, it's heavy. My wrist is need to work on my wrist.
Oh,
I'm out of practice. Anyways, yeah, I also have Ichigo's Bankai sword.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, I do. Let me see, where are you? This one is not the real one though. This is the one that I will use for cosplay. Because I mean for cons, but it's right here.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so it's cool because you can, because a lot of cons won't allow you to come in with
Yeah,
like real swords and stuff. So you have to buy replicas and
that's
stuff
why
like that.
I
And I
got mine.
also have
Look at Sean. Okay.
woo, oh, see, I saw hers too. I wanted it,
Yeah.
but I had already went very broke. I had went very broke already, so I had to skip past that. It was, and I got these at really good deals because I came back on Sunday, and most people don't know, but like they'll give you discounts and stuff on Sunday because they're trying to get rid of their stuff
Right.
before the next con that they go to. But I'm hoping that what we can do later on down the line, maybe even like the next episode, is have a show where we have some of our favorite like local merch people or online stuff, not the big name companies that everybody can find, like obviously Hot Topic and stuff. People like you, Shar, that give away, that sell anime merch, really cool anime merch. I actually have a friend, and this is a guilty plug, but he has a he has a shop for all types of anime clothing called Anime Yofuku, and I'm gonna
Mm.
put the link in the bio. His stuff is really good, and you can find him at cons here in Jacksonville if you're here in Florida or in the Northeast Florida area. But yeah, like I don't even have any place. I literally had to pull those out of my closet
Yeah.
because I don't have any place for them yet.
Yeah. A
Because I
lot of my
don't have
stuff
a
is in
rent.
storage too.
That's the problem with
What?
anime merch. It's like tattoos. Once you stop, you can't stop. Like you can't stop after you start. Oh yeah, this is another thing that I am into now. Anime cookbooks. I have been
Ooh.
wanting for the longest, and I think now that I'm doing this show again, I've kind of got the creative spirit again. I'm going to do like a little show that involves me doing some of the recipes in here. Oh, do you
That's
do
what I
that
wanted.
too?
That's what I wanted to do. And then I was like, oh, I could open up like an anime restaurant. But do you watch Geeks and Grubs?
No,
She
I
does
don't
she
actually, but
she
I'm about to
does
write
it.
that down.
She does a lot, and she does anime food, and then she recreates it and stuff. It's really good.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Ooh.
I'm gonna check that out. Let me write that down because
But yeah, I had the
today
same thought
my
because I was like,
memory.
some of this anime food looks so good,
Oh,
especially when I
No,
was
if
watching.
you really knew how much weight I gained, well, I didn't gain a whole lot of weight, but I just ate constantly, was Naruto. I have never eaten that much freaking ramen and pho
Yeah.
in my life. Like anything noodles related, I had to eat. I was eating like the like the Marchand packet noodles. I was doing cup of noodles. I was going to the Vietnamese restaurant and getting ramen and pho. It was nonstop. Like it would be Friday, and I'm like, oh yeah, bet. Let me stop here real quick. It was insane. I would be binging it at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, "Nah, name me some noodles."
like
It
I
was a
know I can't be
problem.
the only one who was drooling watching Food Wars.
Food Wars.
I did not watch Food Wars because of that.
Oh,
Actually, I've not watched it yet. It's because right now I know I'm going to eat and I am trying to lose weight, not gain it right now. So once I am on more of a workout regime, because I just had a hip replacement in November. So
oh,
yeah, I had a total hip replacement in November. But so when I'm able to move around the way that I want to, then I
mhm.
will watch Food Wars because then I can eat as much as I want. Because
Okay.
they actually have a Food Wars cookbook
Yeah.
that's supposedly really good. And the Cooking with Sanji cookbook, I just saw a video where someone had finally gotten their hands on it. And I was like, let me write that down so I can go find that one now
The-
that I am a
a
full-fledged
legit
straw hat.
cookbook with Sanji's recipes.
Yes, it's a legit cookbook. I watched her video maybe 2 nights ago. Hey, Johnny Nismo, that's Anime Yufuku, guys.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Is there any anime merch that you would love but you can't afford?
Everything.
Mm,
Anything like if you had to choose one thing, Like just one thing that, like, if someone said, "Here, I'm just gonna give this to you," what would you want it to be?
Can it be one? Like, does it have to be one thing? Can it be like one store?
Mm-mm. No, one thing.
Oh, I will say I've seen some really dope like anime artwork from people on
Mhm.
Instagram, and I would love to get it, but some of those prices, I'm not saying it's not worth it, it's just out of my price range.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I feel you. What about you, Char?
Probably more of these.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just, yeah. I
I
want
love
more.
it. The minute I bought it, I was like, "This is gonna be an issue."
Yeah, I want more.
You know,
ooh, Lala has a
for
good point
me,
too.
I missed it. Those massive,
Oh,
intricate
okay.
figurines. Mhm.
I just don't have a
So
place.
actually, the same person that I told you about that has the anime page, if he's still in there, he actually has a full size Goku. Is it Goku? Yeah, full size Goku. That stands taller than me because it used to be in a restaurant here. We have something called Super Saiyan, so it's a Dragon Ball themed noodle place,
Mm-hmm.
and it used to be in there, and he owns it. And I don't know how he got his hands on it, but he did good with that one. What I would want is a custom anime car.
Oh, yeah.
I'm addicted to those things. I see them all the time. I catch them. I could literally do a whole series where once a week or twice a week I show off someone's car because I
Ooh.
just randomly see them in my city, which is so funny because it doesn't seem like there's a huge anime community, but I catch them all the time. I've stopped in the middle of the road getting off the highway once trying to catch a picture of a car.
Lucky?
Mhm.
The most
Yeah.
I
Oh,
see
I
are the
love them.
stickers.
I'm gonna add them. I'm gonna post them one day in the Blurred Cartel so people can enjoy those. I'm sorry, I haven't eaten all day, so I'm stuffing my face with M&Ms.
Mm-mm.
So with anime merch, it's good that we're talking about that because for me, my favorite place to get anime merch are conventions because you find a lot of things that you can't find other places. Really authentic things, custom made things, people that are creating rugs, which are now becoming a more popular thing that you
Yeah.
can find online. But before, you couldn't find those anywhere unless you went to a con. You couldn't find stuff like those cute. That's another thing that I really want. I want the jean jackets that have the custom anime artwork on the
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Ooh.
But those things always run like $300 to $400 easy, like a piece, and that's usually on sale.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, he said
nice,
he also
Johnny.
has a life-size Vegeta made. And have I seen his Dragon Ball Z car? I have seen your car, but you're gonna have to sell me Vegeta. So you shouldn't have spilled the beans on here, sir. Now I'm just gonna be all up in your DMs bothering you. But
Can I get him now?
but
How about now? Can I get him now?
right? Can I get it now? You ready? Like, because I'm ready. You sure you're not ready? I'm ready. Um, but Oh, I was going into conventions, but I think I'm going to hold out for now and go into the ups and downs of content creating. That is it's actually on our flyer, so I should get to that first, I guess. I guess. But obviously, since we are here doing this show, we are considered content creators. And I know lots of people that aren't into content creating don't like the term content creator or influencer or anything like that. But that is what we are. And some of us are newer than others to the realm of content creating. But we wanted to give you guys our personal experiences and our views on what some of the ups and downs are of content creating, if that is something that you are considering getting into, if you've just gotten into it and you don't know the ins and outs, if you're sitting here judging content creators, this is also for you because maybe you'll have a little bit more appreciation of the work that goes into content creating. It is legitimately another full-time job. It's exhausting. Like I and Shar, you've had your Honey and Cocoa podcast for how long now?
It's been about a year and some change.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all did that, and and then y'all have your other own individual things that you are doing in content creating. Like, tell us, tell us what got you into content creating, and go from there because
What
I'm
got me
interested in seeing how you
into
got there.
content, what got
Hmm.
me into it was just like I think I'm a creative. So I like to do things that like I can express myself with. So like seeing so like even with my business of like creating bonnets, seeing a void. There really wasn't like many people making bonnets when I started. So it's like just seeing a void. Me and Law like doing Honey and Cocoa was kind of like, we see some like podcasts with like girls in it and stuff, but we're kind of like we consider ourselves sometimes nerd adjacent. So we like nerdum and we like other things too. So mixing it both was just like something that we took an interest in and how we started.
Right.
But other content, like I like to dress up, I like cosplay and everything else. So it kind of just snowballed into that. That's like it encompasses all of it for me. So
Hmm.
that's how I got into content creating.
How did you take this? Was it hard for you? What's the word I'm looking for? Like you have to have a level of confidence to do this thing. And I know that I've learned over time that a lot of us, I've done a couple of other podcasts before, and I've met other creatives and stuff. And you'd be surprised how many of us are either socially awkward or we're introverted or, um, we're not people type people and stuff. So what was your way of getting into that? Like, how did you break past? Because the face that you just made was like, yeah, I don't have any confidence. Yet here you are.
I think I think part of it is I'm actively trying now. I've spent my whole life like being shy or awkward. So like
Hmm.
this even now is still a struggle. And so like being very introverted and everything, like trying to do these things, even now, like in this, maybe I'll sit and watch you guys talk and stuff more so than like jumping right in because that's just like my nature. But like
Hmm.
I have extreme imposter syndrome. Even like I'll get a video, I'll do something, it'll get a whole bunch of likes. I'll put it on private. Like I just, oh well, this luck is soon to run out. So I'm still like working on that, I think. But
Hmm.
it's I don't think you have it's necessarily like confidence. It's just I really do like creating. I really do like doing art and cosplay and content and everything. So I do it. I'm like forcing
Hmm.
myself more to be out and talking because you can ask anybody if they see me at cons. I really don't speak much. Like
Hmm.
I don't really talk, but this is something I like to do. So I'm actively trying to do it. And I think that's what a
Gotcha.
lot of content creators who are awkward or, introverted, they're just, they like to do it. So they're forced, like, actively just trying to get over that to just do it and have fun.
Yeah. What about you, Aisha?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily jump into like the content creator category. Do I enjoy doing the shows with my fellow blurs? Of course. That's always fun. But like the actual content create, nah. I might do a
That's just
silly
not for
video
you.
to a song, and that's as far as my content goes. That's it.
Right. Right. For me, it was just like you said. I don't know if I would consider myself a creative, but I do consider myself a creative. Like I always have these great ideas, and but my Virgo nature, like how nitpicky I can be about certain things. Like I'm a perfectionist, and so some of us, majority of us, have a tendency to put our mind into something and work at it. And then when it doesn't work out, then we're like, all right, cool, it didn't work out. And then we move on to the next thing. And so I've seen that a lot of us are like, we dibble it, like we know a little bit about a lot. And so that's how I've always been. And it wasn't until I got into these blurred groups where someone mentioned a podcast and I was like, you know what? I should be on that thing. Like I have these great ideas and it really just started like just us talking and me being able to interact with other like-minded people that like the same things. And so it started off fun and all that stuff. And then as time progressed, then I was like, you know what? This is something that I kind of want to do. I also have a background in journalism. So that was something that was natural for me. But I still am I'm very hard on myself. So I can watch something like when I went back and looked at the show from last week, I literally probably just spent a whole hour shaking my head because of the damn Wi-Fi. And it's like the show was still good, but godly, I was glitching like a crazy person and I couldn't shake it. And so it took a lot for me. And so when it comes to what I consider my art, which like cosplaying, I wouldn't say that I have that type of level of confidence where I can just go out into the world and anything as a bigger girl, especially because I haven't always been this size. But um but when I've made up my mind that I'm the shit, you can't tell me nothing. And so that's how I have to try and take on my persona for my cosplays. You get to see the fun, free, unfiltered version of myself instead of the person that is trying to constantly not manipulate, but I only want you to see what I want you to see, kind of thing. So you get this side of me and stuff. And so there were a lot of people that didn't really know that I was an anime fan for a very long time, even though I never hid it. I just wasn't openly like talking about it with people all the time and stuff. But it's it's a confidence booster when things go well, but being a content creator as a whole, I don't know how TikTok, for instance, does not have like a mental health specialist for its content creators because the internet was literally the best and worst thing to happen to the world, especially for people like creatives, people that create art and stuff, things that are subjective to individuals' views and idea on how they look at things. People are just out here being mean for no reason. So like when you're content creating, no matter what that is, whether you're making skits, there's all if you're cosplaying, if you're doing podcasts or ranking systems, any of those things, there are gonna be people out there that are just negative and have nothing but negative things to say about your
Vicious.
stuff. They haven't even watched your whole video and they're always already talking about cringe. Like do you even know the definition of cringe? Like, because this ain't it. Like, I really feel like you have to have really tough skin because if you don't, you have to be committed to giving yourself a lot of mental breaks from social media. I've definitely seen that where content creators or even like people that are admins in some of these bird groups, they'll literally like make a post and be like, yo, it's been real. I got a dip. I'll see you when I see you. And sometimes they come back and you're like, hey, you're back. And then other time they're gone and you message them and like, I miss you. And they're like, yeah, it was just too much. I couldn't
I've
take
done
it.
that. I've done that.
It was too much. I
I-
couldn't take it after that fiasco on TikTok that I told you guys about in the first episode, I legitimately did not post again for like a week. I didn't even open up TikTok because I could see myself turning into a version of myself I don't like. Like I'm like I said, that whole Virgo energy. I am a very logical person and I'm very rational. So I am chill until I am not anymore. You go too far, I take it to hell. You it like please say something about my video. I'm talking about your mama.
Facts.
So what you gonna do? You can't beat me up. And even if you could, what you gonna do? You gotta find me first. And baby, I'm too old to fight. Where my bag at? Look, you don't know
Not the
anything.
bag.
But you know what's in the bag, though. You know what's in the bag. And it ain't perfume neither. It's in the bag. So keep playing. Don't play with me. Mm-mm. No, like I don't.
Oh God.
I have so much respect for content creators now that I am actually actively trying to do things. I'm like, how do y'all? It's one of the things that I always say. I'm like, damn, why didn't I start this during the pandemic? Like everybody else, where they got their stuff up and running, like before when they didn't have to go to work and all of
Right.
this stuff. So now they're already making money. So if they even do have a side, a real job or whatever, as people would say, they still have so much content and so many followers that they don't have to put out as much, compared to
Exactly.
us now, like starting out and putting that stuff out there. People already have their favorites. It's hard
Yep.
to build up. And now people aren't spending as much time online as they used to because now a lot of people are going back to work. People are, now the pandemic's over, so people can actually go and party on weekends instead of sit at
Mhm.
home and and do nothing but watching videos. But to maintain that level of the what's crazy is one of the downs for me are creative blocks. And you were saying how you like giving your creativity and stuff, like having a creative block and not knowing what to do next. And I get like that with some of my cosplays. I'm like, what am I gonna do next? I have a bunch of pieces for a bunch of different characters. Which one do you want to do? And then I'm like, well, if I can't do it the way I see it in my head, then I'm not gonna do that one. And then I'm like, okay, well, what's next? What are you gonna do? Come up with something. You got to stand
Yeah.
out. Like you can't. And and I know that only really comes from some people that are kind of trying to get a level of exposure and stuff like that. But this shit ain't cheap. You
Mm-mm.
get the ups is you can get a financial reward from it, but the downs is that you're going to have to spend money to make money. That is life, and that is definitely content creating. That is
Yeah.
why now so many content creators have an Amazon wish list and stuff, because if you think that they're putting out different cosplays in 2 weeks or whatever and giving you multiple man, they done paid for their cameras, they done paid for photographers to shoot their stuff. They broke their ring light while they was dancing in a video. Now they got to buy a new ring light. They got to buy their costumes and their wigs. So if they're doing a build, like all of this crap costs money. It
True.
even costs to have a link tree and say, here, this is where you can find me at.
Right.
You got to pay for that each month. These things add up. So the level of so support your favorite content creators, y'all. Support your favorite content creators. Please support us when you can, because you're gonna see us in cosplay every now and again. And I know some people are looking forward to that. I know I am. Another thing that is a up for me is like the networking. We get to network a lot.
Yeah.
How's the networking been for you? Have you felt like you've been able to get real benefit out of, like, just aside from making new friends, have you felt like you've gotten more opportunities or had received exposure on some things that you probably wouldn't have experienced if you hadn't have met that particular creator?
Um, I don't think I'm there yet. Uh, I like networking, like building like a community of like-minded others. Yes, that has been a plus. But like as far as like our opportunities and things, I don't think I'm consistent enough or put out enough stuff to like even want to make those connections yet because I
Hmm.
know I'm a procrastinator. I know, I'm not putting out like a lot of like I'll do like 50 cosplays. I might post a picture of one. like I'm not there yet. But I think once I do get there, like I think it'll be like very good. But I'm also introverted, so I don't really know how it's gonna work. So but I do like the community of networking that I have received so far. But it hasn't really, opportunities necessarily. Like not really.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm not necessarily there. I actually did go to a convention, and this black girl was there. She's local, And what's funny is I saw that she was going to be at the con because they had her on the website, and
Mm.
they had her on the website, and then she also said that it said in like the little bio that she had just made the front cover of like cosplay magazine, like a cosplay magazine that's here in Jacksonville. And so I was walking by and I go to her table because I just want to compliment her and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my gosh." She stops me before I can say anything. It's like, "I love your raving. You're awesome, this and that." And one of the first things she says so quickly, she was like, "Are you local?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "We should collab." And I'm like, crazy that you would say that, but I'm like, yeah, that's a great network, and clearly you're doing something right. You've just been acknowledged in this magazine that I didn't even know was here and stuff.
Mm.
But you're also a cool person. You're like-minded. Actually, I have some prints of hers. It's anime merch, y'all, which these are really cool.
Oh,
So this
nice.
is her as an Eevee, the Ubrion. It's a Raven and Ubrion matchup, and then she has this one too.
Oh, that's
And I was
cute.
like, these are dope. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the level of cosplay I want to be on, more than just like wearing my costume and taking a picture in my
Yeah.
room and only paying for like a real shoot when it's like a big event like Black
Right.
like Black Friday. Like you'll get real photos from me on Black Friday, maybe, because I'm moving very slow on that. I'm gonna be honest.
Same. Same.
It's the creative blocks I was talking about. I think I had an idea in my head for the longest, and then I kind of tossed it and didn't think about it again. And then it was like, oh, it's in 2 weeks. And then I was like, so what am I gonna do? And then I couldn't put two and two together. And then I was like, oh, well, I brought some stuff for like an option for Black Friday last year. Maybe I can like tie that in, but nothing just feels right. So I am here on April 30th, where Black Friday is May 6th, with nothing currently. So
I feel it. Yeah. I
let's see how that
I
goes.
waited to the last minute last year too, and I don't know what I was, but I did something. But
Right.
like I don't know if that's gonna happen to me this year. I do have an idea in my head, but my problem is execution. I can think of ideas all day. I am a procrastinator, so we'll see if it
Yep.
happens.
That's why I need to go to Michael's like tomorrow if I want to do the thing that I'm thinking of, because I'm, for the first time, really, I'm thinking of like doing it all from scratch. Everything but the wings. So, oh
I
gosh.
bought wings. I bought wings yesterday.
I that's one of the things that I could have shown you guys, but it's kind of embarrassing. So because I participated in Black Friday and stuff, I was like, yo, wings are always gonna come in handy. I'm always gonna be able to do a look for a Fay Day and Hytrian Day and BIPOC Vamp Day. I may need some wings for that, some like demonic type wings. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Spirit of Halloween.
Hmm.
So I don't know if they do it there, but not only are they online, but they have like pop-up shops that
Yeah,
they, yeah, okay, so they do that there. And
yeah.
so they have that here, and I missed the after Halloween sale last year, and I was really pissed off about it. But I didn't save it in my phone, so I wasn't financially prepared, but I was like, I'm still gonna take advantage of this. I was broke for like 3 weeks because of what the damage that I did. But everything was like the day after Halloween, everything was 25% off, and 2 days after, everything was 50% off, and that's the last day. And I probably bought like 6 different sets of wings, just wings alone. And I had more in my shopping cart, and I was like, no, put it back, put
Right.
it back. But then I still bought other things. So,
Hmm.
but yeah. So, are there any ups and downs to content creating that you want to warn potential content creators about, or give them a heads up on?
You said, are there what?
Anything that you want to give potential content creators a heads up on?
Um, I don't, I don't know. I don't even think I've navigated everything yet, but like just just putting into yourself. Don't let it be.
Hmm.
Don't let others determine who you are, who you're going to be. Even the comments and stuff you may get, just try to be assured in yourself that those things won't deter you from doing something that you actually have a passion for.
Right. I think I would just say I would piggyback off of that. Stay true to who you are. Be the most creative and authentic person that you can be. Um, we can tell when you're not being authentic, and that's only going to stress that means you're not going to get good content or good reaction from content, and you are not going to be happy with yourself. So stay true to yourself, make the type of content you love, do things that make you happy. This is, though it may be a job for some people with the financial aspect of it, you want to be able to love what you do, and that's how you put in out the best work into the world, is by loving what you do. So stay true to yourself. Try and plan things out, budget. Really, all the things with content creating is just regular life skills with dealing with people. Honestly, like so. If you have hopes and dreams, go for it. Don't let people or your own inner thoughts talk you out of it. Because it took me a very long time to even go to a convention, let alone do a con. And then when I went to a con, I wasn't cosplaying. And then I'm like, no, I really enjoy this shit. Why am I not doing this? And
Mhm.
if I let my mind tell me, oh, you're too big to be walking around in a bodysuit and garter belts and all this stuff like that, I wouldn't have people saying that they love my cosplay, or having like little kids up at cons say, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" and stuff like that. Like that. That's what I love about it. Do what you love.
Yeah.
Do what you love, and when you need a break, take it. Listen to that feeling. Like you do not want to melt down and go backwards in your progress because you don't give yourself time to breathe. Pace
Right.
yourself. The internet ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Do you have any advice for people that want to start doing a podcast or be on a podcast, or stuff like what we do?
Me?
Oh no, I was talking to Asia. We already answered that. But piggyback.
I mean, you basically covered it. I more so kind of got roped into it just talking mess in the comments. So that's how I got my start. Um, but yeah, don't force it. Don't, like you said, be real with yourself. Be true to yourself because it's easier to be you than anybody else.
Woo, preach, preach.
So my
That's a
mouth got me
word.
where I am.
Okay. That's a word. But really, that's all we have for tonight, guys. It's Sunday. I don't know about y'all, but unfortunately, it's the first of the month, and the end of the month and the first of the month is the busiest for me at work. So I am I am about to shut down. I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad I took a shower. I could really go to sleep in this sweatshirt if I wanted to. Well, I guess I should wash my face, but yeah. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us this evening. Obviously, this is Waifu Views, and you were here with Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on TikTok, on IG, on Facebook, on Twitch, all of the above. You can find me, like and subscribe to the Blurred Cartel page on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch. You can find us on YouTube at Blurred Official, or at blurred.com, where you can see not only our show, but all the other shows that the Blurred Cartel has to offer, which are great shows. So check them out. Also, everyone, please give who you are again and where they can find you.
I am a Shar of Honey, like a jar of honey, only sweeter. You can find me at a Shar of Honey on all platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube too.
Mm.
um, Aisha Morgan on Facebook, uh, most other platforms, IG, TikTok. Um, it'll be educated_angel.
All righty. Well, guys, it was fun. It was real. We have shared with you guys our obsession with anime merch, and so I guess now we can never tell you guys that we're broke.
No, that's why we're broke.
Exactly.
So, oh yeah, we can use that. That's why we're broke. So, join us next week. We'll be here next Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. And thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
And we are.
Okay.
Oh,